Back here at home, the unrest in Portland continues to rage out of control. Antifa terrorists are destroying government. Oh, wait, that's the White House. Oh, that's what Trump did on purpose, without permission, to the White House. I told you we should have made him put down a security deposit. Over the summer, Trump announced he was going to build a big, beautiful ballroom, but promised it would not in any way affect the structure of the White House. And then he demolished the White House.
The president has time to do everything but what he needs to focus on. In fact, we heard the press secretary say that his main priority is the ballroom that no one asked for, the ballroom that requires him to destroy historic pieces of the White House. And so it doesn't seem like he's interested.
Back on home soil, the chaos in Washington seems to grow louder by the day. But this time, the uproar isn't about protests in Portland or policy meltdowns. It's about Trump's latest grand idea, remodeling the White House. Yes, you heard that right. The president, ever the self-proclaimed builder, decided that what America really needed wasn't unity, jobs, or stability, but a ballroom. He'd promised, of course, that this big, beautiful ballroom wouldn't interfere with the historic structure. Then, in true Trump fashion, the plan evolved, or rather, imploded. Walls came down, floors were ripped out, and the People's House started to look more like a real estate venture on reality TV. Someone should have asked for a security deposit before handing the keys. White House staff say his attention is laser-focused, not on the economy, not on foreign policy, but on marble tiles and chandeliers. It'll be the most magnificent ballroom in the world, he boasts, while the nation wonders if anyone actually asked for one. His week began as they usually do, noisy, unpredictable, and destined to end in headlines no PR team could spin. Only this time, it wasn't just another scandal.
Kind of lumbers past the flags. He salutes the drapes. I don't know what he's saluting. Keep going, Mr. President. We need you to keep moving along. Now he's just bored. Now he's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm missing Sean Hannity for this.
Thank you so much, Madam Ranker, and thank you so much to our witnesses for being here today. You know, I've sat and I've listened, and what my colleague, Mr. Krishnamurthy, just talked about was just blatant racism. Like, I'm gonna just call a thing a thing. Like, this administration is racist.
It was a spectacle so strange that even late-night comedians couldn't resist turning it into a masterclass in mockery. Jimmy Kimmel opened the monologue like a surgeon performing satire. He's out there saluting the drapes. He joked, like he forgot which way the flag was. The crowd roared, but beneath the laughter was a familiar exhaustion. A country laughing because it's easier than crying. Enter Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, sharp as ever, cutting through the absurdity with surgical precision. "Let's call it what it is," she said bluntly. "This administration isn't just careless, it's corrupt, it's racist, and it's rewriting history one golden tile at a time." While Trump decorated, Crockett dissected, and together, Kimmel and Crockett transformed chaos into clarity. One joke, one truth bomb at a time. Because underneath the comedy was a chilling reality. America's house wasn't just being remodeled, it was being rebranded. But if you thought the ballroom was the wildest part, wait until you see what Trump tried to demolish next. Not just walls, but accountability itself. The week rolled on, and with every press briefing, it became clearer that Trump wasn't running presidency. He was producing a sequel to his own reality show. The White House had turned into a stage, complete with props, catchphrases, and plot twists no one could predict. The only thing missing was a studio audience and a previously on recap before each scandal. Kimmel.
Down in the Palm Room, the most beautiful floors, the most beautiful lights and chandeliers, and now it's starting to gleam like it should. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, I think.
Wait a minute. Is it possible that he's planning to sell the White House? Fix it up and flip it on us? Marble, the most beautiful marble. He talks like it's an episode of Love.
Standing on his late-night battlefield, captured it perfectly. He's less a president and more a home improvement host, he quipped. Except every episode ends with the house on fire. The audience laughed, but you could feel the truth sting beneath the humor. Every public appearance, Every half-finished policy was another episode of a series America never asked to binge watch. Crockett, on the other hand, wasn't laughing. From the congressional floor, she dismantled the illusion with the precision of a trial attorney. This administration runs on spectacle, she said. It's not leadership, it's choreography. Her words landed like a gavel strike, exposing the strained performance that had replaced governance. Trump's speeches sounded like remixes of old slogans. His plans dissolved into slogans wrapped in gold foil. The art distraction had become his main export. Every press conference was less about the facts and more about the framing. Less governing, more gaslighting. He's turned the people's house into a personal casino, Crockett continued. Every bet he makes, the country loses. Every victory he declares is barred against the nation's future. Even his closest allies began to sound like unwilling actors trapped in an unscripted drama. One aide, visibly uncomfortable, defended the president's destruction of the East Wing by claiming it might have had mold or ghosts or leftover Chinese takeout. Anything to justify the chaos. Kimmel took that line and ran with it. Ghosts, he laughed. Sure, probably the ghosts of ethics and accountability. The crowd erupted, but beneath the jokes, the absurdity of it all felt too real. Trump's empire of illusion thrived on one thing: attention. As long as the cameras were rolling, he was winning. It didn't matter if the headlines were good or bad, only that his name stayed bold and golden. The ballroom wasn't just a renovation. It was a metaphor for the whole administration, shiny on the surface, hollow underneath. But the cracks in the illusion were starting to show, and Kimmel and Crockett were about to pull back the curtain on what really powered Trump's ballroom presidency.